Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soda here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. All right. We all know that the second we knew that Tom Brady was going to be a part owner of the Raiders, he's going to want to get his fingers involved in everything, right? So, fine. I get it. I understand. And I'm here for it, honestly, because as of right now, the decisions that have been made right now with Brady up top, pretty strong. You got Spytek, you got Carroll, you got bringing back Patrick Graham, you got Chip Kelly on the offense. Dude, these are a lot of good decisions being made. And there's connections with the kind of tentacles coming out, right? And these connections are really strong. When you're bringing in people to change a culture, you like to have people that have already done it with you, right? And with Brady making a lot of the decisions and influencing a lot of things, and on top of that, you got Spike Tech that came in from Tampa that has a lot of guys that are going to be potential free agents this season who can really help the Raiders. These are some guys who have basically like the Brady effect, right? Former Tom Brady teammates who can come on the Raiders and do a really good job for us. All right, let's start with someone that you may not think, okay? It's not one of the top five positions that we've talked about, right? What are the top five positions? Quarterback, receiver, you got tackle, edge rusher, and corner. Those are the big five. Those are the top five average per year paid positions in the NFL. These owners and these GMs and these coaches, they're going to talk with their money. They can say how valuable a running back is or how valuable, a defensive tackle is or whatever. They're going to pay the positions that are the most important. And this one isn't one of them. The first player we're going to talk about is Lavonte David, a middle linebacker. Yes, I understand he has a few years on him, but last season he had 122 tackles and 5.5 sacks. And he did pretty decent in coverage, if I might add. Look, I understand, and I would rather have Robert Spillane back, right? He's a younger option. He's a leader on this defense already, but I got to be honest, man. Lavonte David may be a slight upgrade to Robert Spillane. He's not quite the thumper or the bruiser that Spillane is, but he's just as strong, he's quick, and he covers really well. He's always around the ball. He just has a nose for it, and he's a leader. This guy is a leader, and that's what Tom Brady is looking for. He's looking for football guys who can also be leaders. Spillane can definitely be that, and I would rather keep Robert Spillane, but man, if for whatever reason we can't keep Spillane, Lavonte David, keep an eye out for him. A former teammate won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady with the Bucs. If he's available and he's out there, he could be a really good get for this Raiders defense. All right, next up on the list. He's a cornerback, played 6 seasons with Tampa Bay. He was drafted actually by Spytek in 2018. Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis, man, look, he was kind of like a platoon guy his first few years. Won a Super Bowl with Brady in Tampa. He wasn't starting all the time. He was here and there, in and out of the lineup. Yeah, he was a good, solid guy, but he just was a rotational guy. His last couple of years, he played a lot more with the Bucs and did a lot better. He signed a free agent contract this last season with the Detroit Lions. And I mean, look, everyone in Detroit got hurt. And Carlton Davis, he got hurt. I don't know what it was. Was it not enough prehab, bad rehab? I don't know what it was with Detroit, but they were just – the defenders were dropping like flies, okay? And it really got him a job. It got him a job with the Jets, but, it's a head coaching job, 1 of 32, right? But look, Carlton Davis was having his best season this last season. Even though it was his 7th year, man, this guy can come on the Raiders tomorrow, and he can be a starter. Put him in pen, mark down as a starting corner, Carlton Davis. He's probably as good, if not better, than any other corner that we have on the roster currently. If he's available and we can get him, don't be surprised if Carlton Davis is swooped up by this defense because, man, Patrick Graham, we all know, he asks a lot of his secondary, and Carlton Davis can do everything that you ask him to. He can go in there and he can cover. He can play man. He can play zone. He can cover the slot. He can cover the outside. He can blitz. He can tackle. This dude can do it all. And Spytek feels comfortable with him. He drafted him out of college. Tom Brady feels comfortable with him. He won a Super Bowl with the guy. That comfort level goes a long way. If he hasn't dropped any physically, which he had his best season last season before he got injured, I think it could be a really big target for the Raiders going forward. Carlton Davis, corner. All right, up next is another corner. Look, Deion Sanders said it on an NFL Network combine coverage like 10 years ago. He was asked how many teams are looking for corners, and he said everybody. Every team is looking for corners because it's true then and it's true now. Doesn't matter how many corners you have, you're always looking to add more because with the way that the rules are for throwing in this league, you need to have good corners. You need to have a bunch of them. Stephon Gilmore, yeah, he's a little bit older, but he's still playing really well. He had one of his better seasons in the last 5 years, last season with Minnesota. And I'm telling you right now, Minnesota's defense wasn't all that great. Yeah, they were good in stretches, but overall, yeah, Stephon Gilmore really showed what he can do last season with Minnesota. Is he going to come in and be a number one day one starter? Probably not. Is he going to come in and be able to spell in dime coverages and really come in there and cover the slot and this and that? Yeah, man, Stephon Gilmore can still do that, and he can still do that at a really high level. He played with Brady in New England for a few years. He was one of the reigning defensive players of the year one year. He had some rough patches. He had some injuries, but from what we're being told, his rough seasons were more injury-based than play-based. I, for one, am hoping that's the case because if Brady can convince one of his former teammates to hop in there and be like, hey, man, you can really help this secondary out, I don't see Stephon Gilmore being a bad play for the Raiders to take to really bolster that secondary. All right, guys, last one. I think you're going to like this one, all right? This is another player who won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady in Tampa, was drafted by Spytech in 2017 and just kept making play after play after play. The last couple seasons, he's been a little bit injured. He missed a couple of games here and there. Really hurt Tampa Bay Bucks by getting injured this season. But if we can get him on a nice deal, I can definitely see Chris Godwin being a major addition to this Raiders offense. This guy is the consummate pro. I mean, I'm talking a pro's pro. Doesn't mind going over the middle, doesn't mind playing the slot, doesn't mind being second fiddle. He was pretty much second fiddle to Mike Evans his entire time in Tampa. We have Brock Bowers, we have Jacoby Myers. I don't see that Chris Godwin can have a problem going in there and really bolstering this pass catching core. You had a Chris Godwin into this with Michael Mayer, with Brock Bowers, with Jacoby Myers. These guys, Trey Tucker, like you got a really solid core, and you have a veteran who is still very productive, who can teach and mentor these guys, who doesn't have like the Lavonte head like Lavonte Adams had, right? This guy is a baller. He is a football player. He's all about football. These are the kind of players that Pete Carroll was asking about. I want guys who love football, who are about team, who are about being a good teammate first and being a great football player second. That is Chris Godwin. I don't think anyone has a bad word to say about Chris Godwin, the man or the player. Yes, he's had a little bit of injury history, but when you go ahead and fill some of these gaps with free agencies, you're going to have to take some big swings, okay? And if you can get a player like Chris Godwin on a nice little deal, right, because he is coming off injury, you can get him into your system and maybe not ask too much of him in year one because you have Jacoby Myers, because you have Brock Bowers, and you're going to be doing a good job on the run game. Chris Godwin can be a guy who can be counted on to make the big catch and the big play in the big moments. He did it in Tampa year after year, no matter who was throwing to him. Chris Godwin was a guy that could be counted on by his teammates, by his quarterback, and by his coaches. I think he would be an excellent addition to this Raiders team to really bolster the wide receiving core. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Those are 4 names who can realistically be steady contributors to this Raiders team going forward. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any different names, former Brady teammates who can come on the Raiders right now, who are going to be free agents, mind you. You can't just pick people out of the thin air that can really help the Raiders this next season. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Everybody, please, let's get over that hump to 1,000, okay? We're doing a great job. We're probably over the 700 mark already. Not really sure where we are currently because I'm making this on a Wednesday evening, but I want to make sure that you guys all know that I'm making this stuff for you guys. So if you guys have any comments, if you guys have any requests for different videos, put them in the comments below, okay? And I'll do my best to accommodate you guys. All right, make sure like, comment, subscribe, and share to all your socials. It is the absolute bare minimum that you can do besides doing absolutely nothing to help this channel. All right, guys, appreciate you. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation, thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button, drop a comment, make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.